We'll find where we're supposed to go eventually.
We gotta meet up with Archie and get inside that secret lab.
It's just gonna take a while. Why is there a little icon at the bottom of the screen that shows a submarine? I want to go to the submarine.
Is that
we're gonna get the big gun for this one. Oh my God! It wasn't big enough. It wasn't big enough. It wasn't big enough.
So.
Okay, he died. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow, it actually looks like a flamethrower handle.
Yeah.
I.e., a bunch of plumbing with a hose attached to it.
And the tank that has all of the fuel seems to be reinforced. You shot him in it and it didn't explode immediately.
Dang, that actually looks like a flamethrower as opposed to how it normally looks in Fallout, which is stupid.
Yeah.
I was, for a second, I got really excited to see what the little submarine icon was, because obviously that would be cool. And then I had a thought, what if it's a Beatles reference?
What if it's a yellow submarine?
And then I suddenly just didn't want to know anymore. But now I have to know because my curiosity is going to get the better of me.
I would love it if the submarine functions as a base and I could sing that we all live in the yellow submarine.
If we get near it and it is in fact yellow, I am going to pretend that I didn't see it and we'll go somewhere else.
Okay. All right, looks like it's gray from here if that's the submarine.
Oh, no, there it is. I see it.
Yeah.
See?
Yep, I said I saw it, yeah. Didn't realize your hatred of the Beatles was so visceral.
Das Boot von anderen.
Let's get in Das Boot, I guess. What is that, Dutch?
No, it's German.
Same thing. It's Dutchland.
Why are there just a bunch of condoms in this box?
Those aren't condoms, they're Jimmy hats!
That's what a condom is.
I know. I am familiar with that slang.
That is what a condom is.
Well, they're very useful. They can hold up to a liter of water, so if water is hard to come by, you'll want to fill a bunch of condoms with it. It wouldn't be my first choice of a storage container.
If you're having problems transporting liquid, a condom is probably one of the worst things that you could you could store water in.
It's just like a little balloon. It's not that big a deal.
You carry a liter of liquid inside a condom without it rupturing on you instantly.
I would, but I don't like the taste of spermicide in my water. I assume.
It's got the U designation, which means Unterseeboot.
We all live in das Unterbooten.
Seid still. Habt ihr das gehört? Hello? Who is there?
Guten Tag. Guten Morgen.
What's going on here?
We're just three Germans having a good time debating fun things like ontology and epistemology.
You've forgotten all of these other things.
My apologies. I will strive to do better.
The new guy seems too quiet.
I think they just don't speak German, Emanuel.
It's extremely important that I speak to this person. Please, teach these people to speak German. It's an emergency.
Emanuel, I am not too sure that's practicable. To learn a language is difficult for the biologically impaired.
Just ignore what he says. Keep on speaking a language none of us understand.
Maybe we should get to know our guest a little before assuming they would love German poetry. Unless you want to learn German.
Oh, if only we had the time.
I already speak German. See? Entschuldigung, mein Deutsch ist mittelmaßig.
Gesundheit.
Is this true? What are the odds? In our day, the English would never bother learning any other language. When did you learn?
Mir scheint es so, als würden wir belogen.
Seems to me like we were lied to. Look at his stupid face. He doesn't notice. It's strange to lie about something like that. Are all English people like that?
Some people's
motivations are difficult to explain. I understand. In that case, I should probably learn to speak English.
I'm not sure our guest would be able to teach you English either, Emanuel.
Let's start you off with something easy. Compound verbs. Everybody loves those.
I'm gonna need you to find me a copy of the Muzzy cassette tape.
The Muzzy?
Yeah, Muzzy? You don't remember Muzzy?
I don't, no.
The weird little bear that they advertise, well, like bear monster thing that they advertised on television all the time, and it would teach you to speak a different language.
Je suis le grand musique.
Je suis la jeune fille.
Oh, I do vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
I don't think this is possible, but I have another idea. Our issue isn't faculty. Emmanuel can understand what you're saying, but there is a component preventing him from speaking English.
Oh, it's their
If we can
computer.
replace his speech module, he'd be able to speak to all of us. Would you be willing to help us?
I have a lot of questions.
Please don't ask Emmanuel anything that doesn't have a yes/no answer.
What do you want to know?
And then I asked him a bunch of things that didn't have a yes or no answer. Why are we calling the submarine Emmanuel?
It's the name he has chosen for himself. It's easier not to get into the specifics.
Okay, fine. Why is there a submarine in London?
I'm afraid we cannot discuss such things.
Why is the submarine talking, and what is it saying? Don't submarines talk? Such a shame. I was hoping to get to know more people. Like, maybe we should enlighten our friend about my true nature.
Emmanuel would like you to use his name. Sorry, it's a long story.
One we cannot discuss with the enemy.
Look, we don't speak German, you don't speak English. Why don't we meet in the middle and speak Spanish, eh?
What's going on with your thin friend? He seems kind of dead.
You all seem kind of dead.
What do you think, Helmet is dead? Is our guest kidding? I don't understand.
Helmut? No. Ignore our guest's clearly peculiar sense of humor. Typically dry English wit. Helmut's not dead. No, he's taking a prolonged period of reflection. When he comes to his senses, he will re-engage in the discourse.
So why exactly should we help you?
It is known throughout the world that the English are kind, adventurous people who help those in need.
Failing that, I assume the typical English would also seek to avoid the hot fires of nuclear oblivion.
That's a good reason.
But we're not English. We were yanked from our homes without our consent. Like a historical artifact from colonial lands.
I don't know, the world's pretty different out there. I'm gonna need help finding the stuff you need.
Fine. If you insist, who would you like to help you?
Wait, can we take one of you guys with us? Helmet seems free at the moment.
Otto thought that was
I'm
funny.
not sure that's the best idea.
I don't agree with that. Helmet probably needs to go outside to improve his philosophical understanding.
Oh, whoever you are, you have made a rotting German very, very happy.
You're welcome.
As captain of this vessel, I'd be remiss to remove my navigator from his post. Please select another crew member.
Yes, we wouldn't want to remove the navigator from this stationary vessel. Spoil sport.
Fine, we'll bring Otto.
Yes, I'm ready to go right now.
Otto, while I am happy to allow this, I'd encourage you to remember your duties.
Captain, has there ever been a time I haven't returned from shore leave?
He's right, I checked his file and I didn't find any absences.
Well, now that's decided. Do you have any further questions?
Plenty, but we'll save those for later.
Sure, why not? We'll help a sentient submarine speak English. Please explain to him that I am a bomb and not a submarine.
Emmanuel would like to remind you that he's a bomb, not a submarine. What a wonderful idea this is.
Well, you translated that
was
one.
confidential. Never mind. When you have the component, return here and I'll install it.
This whole mission seems unnecessary if you can just serve as an intermediary.
I just had a thought. Let's poke around a little bit, though.
Also, what do you mean this is a bomb? You're living in a bomb?
I'm kind of wondering if this is
A kamikaze submarine?
No, I wonder if this is kind of like a Douglas Adams / Starship Titanic reference in that the bomb is sentient and if you talk to it, it will stop counting down. Or potentially not even detonate because you just talk to it enough. Why would they bring an entire bomb here? A missile security system. Oh, that's locked. There's no way I'm unlocking this.
Or is there?
Never mind, there was. The password was surrender. All right, we're just gonna not.
Before we mess around with that, yeah, we'll come back later.
Anyway, yeah, he's wearing an East German naval uniform, which is interesting.
Also, why is there a horse's head on your desk?
I don't know.
It functions as a paperweight to keep the map from flying away. Well, we should be meeting up with Archie and the ferryman, but we could acquire a language model. Doesn't seem too far away.
Yeah, it's basically just on the other side of the river. All right, well, we'll go get a language module. Come on, Otto, let's go.
All right, now we'll jump across the flotsam and get back to shore. And then we'll go find...
Oh my god! Fuck! Shit! God damn it!
Ah, you're fine, you're fine.
I probably didn't need to use 2 of those. Wow, that's not good.
Maybe you'll have more opportunities to use your fun new toy soon.
You know what's interesting about flamethrowers is the fuel really isn't the thing that you need to like super worry about. It's the thing that makes the fuel leave the flamethrower very quickly is the thing that you need to replenish more often.
The propellant?
Yeah.
Ah.
Depending on what the propellant is. Because usually the propellant is a heavily compressed material. It's something that's just really compressed.
Okay.
Yeah, cause see, you've got like a tank on the back. You've got a fuel can, which is where the fuel is, and then you have a second tank, which I don't know what it would be in this instance. I know on some flamethrowers it was just nitrogen. I think the US military flamethrower had a 30 seconds worth of fuel. Really not that much. Not as much as you would think.
Okay.
But also 30 seconds of fuel is a lot longer than you... No, actually, was it 90?
I wouldn't survive 30 seconds of being alighted.
And it was the first one, I think they had a few problems with the first US M1 flamethrower, and then they went to like the M1E1, which became the M1A1 flamethrower. And that got like a much longer range. I want to say like 45 yards on the M1E1.
All right.
And then that one used a thickened fuel, which is basically napalm. They are completely legal in the United States and require 0 background check whatsoever.
That's fun for people who like flamethrowers.
It's considered a farming implement. I'm not even joking. Flamethrowers are considered a farming implement in the United States.
I find it difficult to see its agricultural use.
Burning large amounts of crops that need to be destroyed.
Okay, I guess it's easy to see
Yeah.
that. All right.
Yeah, or getting rid of like when you have crops that have become completely overrun with like locusts or something. You can just burn all of them, and then that gets rid of all the locusts
Makes
too.
sense. Can you
I
stop
think that
by
was in an episode of Lassie.
Can you stop by your local Home Depot and rent out a flamethrower?
No, but
Because I don't think farmers usually have them on hand.
You can stop by your Home Depot and rent out a large propane torch, which can throw a flame like 5 to 10 feet.
Why do they have those in stock?
Heating asphalt.
Oh.
Also burning, like de-weeding, burning weeds, things like that.
Let's not tell people about this. This information doesn't need to spread.
I mean, okay, so yeah, you can buy a flamethrower and like not do a background check or anything, but here's the thing. Go find a military flamethrower and buy one.
Are they expensive?
Yeah, prohibitively so, and there's really not that many of them that exist.
Well, that's why you rent one instead.
Well, like, there really aren't that many, and most people that have them aren't exactly willing to let other people borrow them. They're hard to find, they're hard to work with, they're a pain in the ass, and the back, because they're usually heavy.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of all around not the most efficient thing you could use.
No, and also the risk of self-immolation is present.
That is a concern and it depends on what the flamethrower is too, for like how it fires, because some of them they've got a bunch of little flare cartridges in like a revolver with flare cartridges in the front pistol grip, right? Because it's got 2 pistol grips. You can see here. There's the front one and then the rear one.
Right.
The front one has like a revolver cartridge. Well, some flamethrowers has a revolver cartridge with flares in it, and you pull the trigger and it fires the flare, and that's what ignites the flames coming out the end of it.
Oh.
Like modern flamethrowers have like a little propane torch at the end of it that's just always lit.
Yeah, like a
And-
pilot light.
Yeah, that is what ignites it. But like the military ones had like a little flare or something. I think the German one had like a coil on the end that was like an electrically heated coil. I could be entirely wrong on that though. Every flamethrower that has been designed by different countries, they're all like widely different.
Ah,
There's one that the Germans had in World War I that looked like a life preserver.
wow.
It was a big donut that went on your back.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, flamethrowers are really interesting. And I also want to add, not a war crime to use.
Well, some might disagree with you on
No,
that.
there is literally no disagreement. It is not a war crime to use a flamethrower.
Isn't it a type of chemical warfare?
No, it isn't.
You're spraying
It's
the
a
enemy
flame-
with chemicals.
It's a flame weapon.
Okay.
It's a flame weapon. It's not a chemical. It's not chemical weapons.
Well, let's hurry up and get this translator device.
No, I'm not done talking about flamethrowers yet.
Okay.
Flamethrowers are not prohibited by the Geneva Convention.
Okay.
Well, then why doesn't anybody use them anymore? Because it's a lot easier just to launch a bomb at a pillbox than it is to try to run up there with a flamethrower and get shot with a machine gun several times while you're trying to put flames into it.
Right. I'm sure
They're
if
just
it-
not very efficient.
Yeah.
That's why nobody uses them anymore.
Yeah.
Because we have this thing called thermobaric rockets, which is basically a flamethrower but in a bomb.
Yes.
They're cool as hell. I mean, look at this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's cool as hell.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome. I love that.
Yeah, I love it too.
But yeah, they're not very efficient.
Yeah, and if we get back to the submarine and the Germans try to backstab us, it'll be a very ironic way to kill them.
It will because they invented flamethrowers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what is technically a war crime?
Spitting on somebody?
No, using pepper spray.
Technically. a
Yeah,
war crime.
if you're running through a trench, and you spray someone with pepper spray, that is a war crime. Running up to them and shooting them in the face is not a war crime, but spraying them with pepper spray is a war crime.
I see.
Yeah.
Getting mauled by a bear. Stay back. Bust out the bear spray.
Oh, come on, man, that's a war crime. No, that's fine for civilian use. You just can't use it as a war crime. It's a weird side effect of the rules of war of chemical weapons are actually prohibited. The reason chemical weapons are prohibited makes sense when you think about it, because like if you're on a battlefield and if you decide to pepper spray the enemy in combat, there is a very real possibility that the enemy could think, oh my god, they're using nerve agents on us. Now that means we get to use nerve agents! So now they're shooting chemical weapons back at you, and you've suddenly turned this, what was a conventional war, into people being horribly maimed and dying instantly or being crippled for life with horrible, horrible, debilitating nerve injuries.
No, this doesn't sound real, because if you used tear gas on an enemy, it's not like they have a bunch of nerve gas in reserves and they were just itching for a chance to use it.
I take it that you are not at all familiar with Saddam Hussein's love of using chemical weapons.
Okay, well, Saddam Hussein aside.
The reason it's there is to prevent that from happening.
I
it's
see.
not that's going to happen 100%. It's to prevent that from happening.
An
Anyway.
ounce of prevention.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Flamethrowers aren't war crimes. Stop calling them war crimes. You
Okay.
can use flamethrowers as much as you want.
Okay.
Also, just stop calling anything a war crime. You're not at war. It's not a war crime.
Yeah, calling things a war crime is a war crime. Hello, what is... Wow, that's a robotics factory.
Okay, we got a flamethrower.
Might not be the most effective tool.
Flamethrower is not going to be effective. The robot is not going to care if it is on fire.
You could use the bleed out shotgun. They can bleed robot blood. Maybe we could be friends.
Inbox. Oh, wait, no, outbox. I think this post boxer you engineering boys all installed in the lobby is faulty. He's supposed to hand us mail, yet he keeps punching holes into the wall and denting our furniture. Staring at this bloody thing is trying to fit a letter into a kettle for some reason. Is this thing safe?
Doesn't sound like it. Dear Dave, the post boxer is actually 100% safe and programmed to never accidentally harm others. What you are observing is actually the machine's sophisticated learning software.
Oh boy.
Which combines state-of-the-art technology with optimized systems to deliver perfect service every time. So enjoy your brand new post boxer. Signed, Griffin.
First of all, this thing is not new. It's got a dent the size of Manchester on its side. Second, not only did you not answer my question, but your perfectly safe machine has gone absolutely bonkers. It tried to deliver a letter to Mary, and it punched her right in the chest with the letter. Now it's chasing Benedict up and down the office because he's got a letter from his mom. I'm scared this thing is actually gonna hurt someone. We should fix it soon. Wait, P.S. Did you say accidentally harm? Why are we giving these machines the power to hurt people?
Well, I have a perfect response for that, don't worry. Alexander, I'm forwarding you this correspondence I've been sharing with a rather naughty employee by the name of David. He keeps complaining about the postboxer's defensive capabilities, and since engineering has passed down their no maintenance edicts, I'm not quite sure how to reply. I propose we transfer him to an alternative position, or recover the postboxer when it's not in the public's eyes. Additionally, I think we should consider turning the postboxer into a military product, considering how dangerous it seems to be. Signed, Griffin. Also, hope I don't accidentally send this to Dave by mistake.
Hey, genius, you, didn't forward the mail. You just added forward to the title and sent it to me. Oh, and by the way, if you think that this is me being naughty, you have not seen the last of it. I would go over there and give you a piece of mind myself, but I'm typing from a different terminal hidden inside a closet since your murderous postboxer is trying to feed us the latest fashion catalog you just got in the mail. Thanks for nothing.
Enjoy your Sears catalog.
I don't think the area is going to be secure. I think we are in for a world of hurt.
Yeah, it sounded like that robot was doing a bit of a sing-song.
Yeah.
Area secure. Hope he breaks into song. It could be a lot of fun.
No! I was born on this submarine. I will die on this submarine.
Commencing lawful use of
I'm glad that you commenced lawful use of
I want to meet the engineer who programmed the robots to have a death gurgle. I love it.
It's pretty good, honestly. I kind of like that.
So, another computer.
Dear members of the board, I come before you as a humble engineer. Despite our countless years in attempting to develop robotic transportation systems that simulate our two human legs, we have yet to successfully complete a robot capable of using said legs without walking into a wall, off a cliff, or both at the same time. That is why I propose we switch to a wheel-based system for all further prototypes. I believe our mistake was looking towards humans for inspiration, as opposed to machines. And is not the wheel the most elegant of machines? Did the wheel not give birth to all of human progress and civilization? Consider the wheel, members of the board, and how its beauty can in turn make our products more beautiful.
Ah.
Second draft.
From this wheel stand.
Members of the board, as chief engineer, I am ready to stake my reputation and further employment on the following idea: that wheels need us more than we need them. Whilst we could easily develop working robotic legs within the next decade, we've come to realize through careful market research that there is a fantastic opportunity waiting for us here. If we add wheels to our robots, not only can we take advantage of surprisingly low prices on materials and construction, but we can also revolutionize our industry, adopting a new paradigm and showing everyone how cavemen got it right all those millions of years ago. Consider the wheel, members of the board, and how its simplicity can in turn make our products more simple. And if not consider the wheel, consider the pike, which I will shove through your face if you do not adopt the wheel. Alexander, I understand you really want to get these products out before the next fiscal quarter, but are you sure we should replace all robotic legs with wheels? The Mindbot already has problems trying to walk from point A to point B, and replacing his legs with wheels will only make him more likely to break. Please, reconsider. Death Gurgle Robot, let's go. Oh!
I don't think the turrets are gonna have that. Let's hear your death gurgle.
Please step into the open and identify
I-
yourself.
What is that?
Looks like a different model. But no time for that. We gotta read some emails.
Oh my god.
Your temporary password has been set to this 012345.
Great. I don't know what this thing is, but this is not gonna go well. Mark my words, it isn't. Oh. Is it hostile?
Hello?
Clearly it is.
Scanning for hostile.
Okay, no,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
hostile.
It had to scan you and register you as an active threat.
Okay. Hang on, I need to start. I read something about the robot's sexual prowess, and now I actually have to read all these.
Okay.
Today's Robo-Margo group was an astounding success. The participants were mostly males aged 18 to 45, a key demographic in Upton Burke's future plans. They were all clearly impressed and quite enamored with the Robo-Margo's capabilities. And while most participants were a bit shy at first, they quickly warmed up to the Robo-Margo's charisma chip. Made sure to note that down since Roger won't shut up about his chip. The participants were all very interested in purchasing a Robo-Margo, though I began to notice some of them making romantic advances towards the Robo-Margo, with one of them going as far as asking if she was anatomically correct, down to the most important of details. I refused to answer the question, and after winking and nudging me several times, the participant eventually ceased that line of questioning. An unexpected reaction, but surely something that only happened due to the gender and age makeup of our first group.
Yeah, I don't think that robot we killed downstairs was the Robo-Margo. It looked more like a Cyclops scarecrow.
Once again, despite our best efforts, most members of this group test also devolved into suggested comments aimed at the Robo-Margo's sexual prowess. Strangely enough, this group being exclusively made up of women aged 45 to 80, almost all of them slowly won over by the Robo-Margo's charisma. Congratulations once again, Roger. However, instead of simply stopping at and respecting and appreciating the Robo-Margo's work, almost all of the test subjects promptly moved towards the adoration phase, making suggestive comments about the robot and asking me questions about its anatomy. I had sent the prototype back to the engineers, but they don't know what's going on. I've submitted my findings to the higher-ups. It's up to them to decide what to do with the project.
Didn't we already find one of those Robo-Margos?
Yeah. Regretfully, I returned with another report of the new and improved Robo-Margo's Lux results. All participants gave the Robo-Margo Lux high marks, and her new Seductron voice has been a total success. Of course, we spent so much money trying to sex her up, she's become absolutely rubbish at the things we designed her for. And now, there's something else wrong with her, because ever since we removed Roger's charisma chip, no single group test member has made any advances towards the prototype. Against my moral quandaries, I followed the protocols set forth by management and tried to encourage the group test participants to see the Robo-Margo Lux as a sexual prospect, but they all responded awkwardly to the suggestion, which in turn made me feel extremely awkward. I would like once again to end my weekly group test reports with a transfer to any other prototype. Please.
Try to encourage folks to love this toaster.
Success! We have managed to replicate the previous group's test reaction to the original Robo-Margo, now stripped of all its Lux settings. But better than that, our group, which was made up solely of male participants aged 18 to 19, with special preference to those who, and I quote management here, look like they've never touched a woman in their lives, responded perfectly to the Robo-Margo. This group test confirmed my recent suspicions that Roger's charisma chip worked too effectively, as it was emitting an imperceptible high-frequency sound that seemed to trigger most people's sexual desires, as opposed to triggering their desire to buy more Robo-Margos, as was our original intention. With this feature now disabled, and the prototype's more threatening characteristics now subtly enhanced, I am proud to say the Robo-Margo is ready for the shelves.
Oh, little known fact, high-pitched noises make people horny.
I don't think that's true. Language module! Now, I forget what his name is, he's gonna speak English. Bullshit, I can't use it while I'm in combat. Watch this. We'll just go, hang on. Yeah, there we go. Just go ahead and climb.
That ladder climbing animation was less impressive. She came up with the good ones already, so now she's coming up with the rest
Oh my
of
god.
them. Hey, more of those Protectrons, the less sexy robots. Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of sexy.
I mean,
Vicky, did you see the post boxer they put up in the lobby? That's causing troubles all over the place. Won't stop punching the wall. Saw it shove a letter into someone's briefcase against their will. Watch out for it. Vicky, I just saw the post boxer try to deliver a letter to Mary Holton from marketing, only to instead punch her in the chest. I've got an idea of how we can get revenge on Benedict for what he did to you. Do you still have his mom's address?
I'm gonna mail a letter to his mom. Ah, yeah.
Vicky, our plan worked way too well. Benedict's in the hospital with minor bruises. Serves that bastard well. Clear your terminal just to be safe. So that's why the robot punched him. What is that?
Hey!
That's a mine! That's a sea mine!
That's also not a sexy robot, but it's still really cool. I hope. Oh, no! I hope it doesn't explode on me. Is what I was gonna say.
Why is this better than what we can make? Oh! The robot that was down there was illegal corporate espionage.
Oh, they stole a rival company's robot.
Yeah. Also, do you want some pomade for your hair?
What is that? Hair gel?
Yeah, it's like a hair thing.
Nah.
Oh, and this is just emails from Vicky.
Barbara, you backstabber! HR just called me in and said someone told them about the letter. They even have proof I deleted the emails. I know it was you because I saw you walking back with Benedict to his car. I swear to God, I'm gonna get you back for this.
So Vicky and the other guy, whose name I can't remember because it doesn't really matter, were cheating on each other. Vicky was the other woman, and then and then they pretended to have the robot punch him in the chest. Or maybe they did have the robot punch him in the chest. And, yeah. Alright, well, we got the module. Let's go back to Das Boot and, install this little language module thing.
Sounds good.
Where'd Otto go?
Yeah, he didn't really do anything. Did he follow us in here?
He did follow us in here. I'm not sure if Otto is going to be returning from shore leave.
Did he die? Where'd he go?
I mean, we did take a really weird path. It's entirely possible he couldn't follow us.
Yeah,
Otto.
well, he couldn't follow us because he didn't have his navigator with him. Thanks for keeping guard, Otto.
You know, he did his best. All right, well, let's go get this thing delivered.
Yes?
He agrees. Oh, we can ask some questions.
What happened to Helmut?
Helmut sacrificed himself for us. The only problem is that we cannot acknowledge it because the nature of his sacrifice would infuriate Emmanuel.
Your computer would get angry? I'm sure Emmanuel would have gotten over it. It must have been ages ago, right? Your friend was completely decomposed.
Unfortunately, you couldn't be more wrong.
See, you couldn't be more wrong, Mike.
Emmanuel thinks that duty is the pinnacle of human endeavor. You made an oath, one that can only be broken by death.
Uh-oh. Emmanuel seems like a really weird name for a bomb.
Emmanuel is the name the AI for the weapon system gave itself. It's a long story, but Emmanuel thinks himself to be the long-dead philosopher Immanuel Kant.
Oh. Well, that's not good. Why does the AI think it's a dead German philosopher?
The Russians gave us the Königsberg as a diplomatic concession. However, it came preloaded with a Soviet AI. While it wouldn't engage on military matters, it was perfectly willing to engage in meaningless conversation. In a rather desperate yet brilliant idea, our scientific team managed to combine a series of chatbot algorithms with a piece of penetration software.
Oh.
The chatbots were not recognized as being AIs, but as crew members. They had found a way in. So while the Soviet AI would resist direct commands by engaging in certain conversations, the weapon system mutated.
Wow, that seems like a really good idea.
What we didn't realize is this mutation would be unique for each bomb, and irreversible. Once they picked their guy, they'd only ever become more of the same. I don't know how familiar you are with German philosophy, but let's just say we're lucky there's only 2 bombs left.
Wait, other bombs? How many of these are there exactly?
Immanuel had rivals in philosophy. 3, in fact. Ludwig Wittgenstein, Georg Hegel, and Friedrich Nietzsche. Ludwig and Georg are no longer with us.
So what are the computers and nihilists?
Desperate to avoid further destruction, Helmut tricked Friedrich and Emmanuel into staying. To think, we always used to joke that his philosophy degrees were pointless.
What do you mean no longer with us? What happened to Ludwig and Georg?
Ludwig's legacy lies all around us. We originally thought he was engaged, mistook his silence for interest. Seemingly, he was merely calibrating his offensive capabilities.
So Ludwig blew up London.
His final words before launching were, "In the end, when one is doing philosophy, one gets to the point where one would like just to emit an inarticulate sound."
Yeah, I understand
I'd
that.
honestly love to tell you what Georg's plan was. He was keen to debate tactical choices with us, but nobody really understood what he meant.
Why was Frederick and Emmanuel staying a good thing?
What Helmut had managed was to drive them against each other. At the time, it seemed like a stroke of genius. He would deliberately antagonize them into endless debates.
Smart man.
They were so mutually belligerent, we thought we had all the time in the world to figure out how to disable them both. Unfortunately, they finally agreed on something. Friedrich had become determined it was his duty to kill God in order to ensure the rise of the Übermensch.
Oh.
And, well, Immanuel's moral philosophy is about duty being his divine obligation to God. Were it not for Helmut and his quick thinking and crafting skills, London would have been decimated.
No, not 1/10 of London.
We are very lucky he sacrificed himself for us.
How did he sacrifice himself exactly? What do you mean by crafting skills?
Helmut remembered that Nietzsche in real life had been driven into a catatonic state after witnessing a horse being beaten to death.
Okay.
So he, without hesitation, furiously fashioned himself a horse costume and,
Oh.
well, he asked for volunteers to reenact history.
Explains the horse head.
Okay, that must have been...
Hilarious to see.
Of the original crew on that vessel, only the 2 men that beat that man to death remained. Let us get moving.
Alright, well, let's go, give a language module to an AI so that I can end up getting into an argument with the AI as well. Or
Philosophical debate with a bomb.
Oh, God. This is not what I thought I was going to be doing today. I wanted to talk to a sexy robot, but instead I'm going to talk to Immanuel Kant.
Yeah.
Look at the sunset one last time before we go into... Where the hell is the sun? It's like...
Behind the clouds.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Alright, well, whatever. Let's look at the sunset one last time and then...
It's
Go
not
talk to
going to be
him.
the last time for us. We're going to see it again.
Oh, it absolutely is going to be the last time for us. If you think this thing is just going to blow up the moment I start talking to it, you are sorely mistaken. Then you haven't been working with me for X years.
Ah, Sie sind zurückgekommen.
Alright, go ahead and pop this thing in there.
Good to see you, Otto. Danke, dass ihr zurückgekommen seid. Ich bewundere eure Stärke.
The Bundeswehr is
Well,
ours.
who could resist coming back to such a wonderful home? Sagen wir einfach, wir haben einen positiven Betrag für Londons Ambiente gemacht.
If you would like to follow me.
Alright, fine, we'll follow Hans. If you guys want to start something and you decide that you're gonna kill me while we're down here, I will open up with superior German engineering on you. And by that I mean a flamethrower.
Okay. Now, if you can hand me the module, I can install it.
Alright, here you go.
Thank you.
It's not that heavy.
Okay, Emmanuel. Can you say something?
Not what to say. Thoughts without content are empty. Intuitions without concepts are blind. Do you have any questions for the great philosopher Immanuel Kant?
Can't say I do.
Yeah, why can't you see why kids like the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Well, now that all this is done, I'll be leaving.
Leaving? No. I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow. The men aboard this submarine are duty-bound to remain. You've all taken an oath.
I haven't. I am exempt from that.
The oath is taken by all mariners of the esteemed navy of the German people.
And you spoke German earlier,
Given that all
so...
aboard this ship are mariners, and you are aboard this ship, you are not exempt from such a pledge.
Man, for someone that's supposed to be a philosopher, you're pretty stupid.
Your mission's been going on for over 200 years. How are Hans and Otto still alive?
You mustn't forget Helmut.
No, please don't forget Helmut.
Very simple. I noticed that in London, certain people, when exposed to just the right combination of radioactivity, were able to mutate sufficiently to extend their lifespans seemingly indefinitely. I found myself capable of replicating this effect by leaking my contemporaries' fissile matter in a controlled manner. Given their willingness to engage, I exposed the only crewmates who were worthy of participation at the meager cost of emasculating a vegetative bomb. After all, if he's going to insist on being catatonic, then no point in wasting good nuclear material, is there?
Are you fucking joking? It's because of him?
Oh, he kept them alive so we could do stupid discussions with them. That's
Yeah.
the only reason?
Yup. Hey, Emmanuel, I was wondering if you could help me with a logic puzzle someone gave me?
Yes, logic is my speciality. Let me see it.
It just says 1 divided by 0.
Yeah. It worked.
You did it?
Stupid
I
machine.
scarcely believed such a thing was possible.
He's gone. He's gone and we are free.
We cannot really offer you anything. After all, we've been trapped here for so long. But all we have is yours.
Give us your hats.
What are you guys gonna do now?
I honestly have no idea.
Neither do I. But isn't it fantastic? Years of banal drivel disguised as high-minded intellectual discussion. We are no longer bound to the gilded cage. Death to the machine. Now we can finally live a life with risk, love, death, betrayal, victory. The possibilities are endless.
Hell yeah, man.
I don't really understand how the submarine was keeping you in here. It was sealing the hatch?
No, it was basically if you leave, I'm just going to launch all of the nuclear weapons and then you'll die.
Oh, they were staying to keep it from killing everyone.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, good luck, I suppose.
Thank you for everything.
You're welcome.
Here is my service weapon.
Ooh.
It's an antique at this stage, but maybe it'll help. I'm afraid that we cannot offer you more.
We like weapons.
You can keep it. The world out there is really dangerous.
Once again, thank you.
I got enough guns. I mean, not enough. I can always have more guns. But like, what if it's really cool though?
We've already got a Luger.
Yeah. I'm gonna pop in here really quick. But can I go in? Thank you.
And then we launched the nukes anyway.
I don't know what pressing that button would do.
Press
but-
the big red button, see what happens. Oh, it just turned off the generator.
Oh.
Okay, Otto, we're going to head out now. You enjoy being a free man. You can go out and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Maybe talk philosophy. I'm sure you don't want to do that anymore.
No, he doesn't. I know he doesn't want to do that anymore.
No reason to beat that dead horse, right?
Oh my god. We need to go right now.
Okay.
In the pub just down the road was a man who says he's seen it all, and he claims that he's been in that nuclear submarine. We've all seen that nuclear submarine, that nuclear submarine.